This is number 1 green. We're on the second phase of the aerifying and top dressing process. The second phase is obviously the top dressing, and you can see Justin's done 2 passes here, and we've got the perfect conditions for it, where it's warm and it's sunny, and we've got a bit of a breeze going, which means that the sand will dry really quickly. Now that's so critical, because what will happen if the sand isn't dry, we'll end up with it caking over the holes and not actually going into the hole. So it's really important for us to wait for the correct time for that sand to be dry before we start trying to brush it in. This is still number 1 green, and that's the top dresser at work. We actually have 2 of these units, and he's just run out of sand there, but roughly it takes about 3 hoppers per green to do the entire top dressing process on each site. And you can see here actually how quickly the sand's drying. The left side there is from Dave's second run, and the right side is from his first run. So it's actually a perfect conditions for it. This is number 3 green. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning, and we've finished coring the front 9 greens, and we're working on the aerators on the 2 putters. Dave and Justin are out top dressing the greens. We've actually got 2 of those machines, and I'll show you some pictures of that later. But they've been through this green already, and you can see that it's a fairly even coat. I mean, the darker stripes are just where the tire tracks were from the top dresser. And the sand's quite dry now. It's been sitting here for about 20 minutes or so in the beautiful conditions that we have today. And you can see that as I'm working it back and forth, it's actually filling in the holes. And the machine that we use to make this process even faster is the greens groomer, which is a brush that rides on the back of a cart. So I'm just going to take a spin around the green here and show you what it does. Okay, so I'm on my first pass around the green, and you can see how well the sand is going into the grass, and it's filling those holes. Generally, it takes probably 3 passes in different directions to make sure that the sand is off the green and all the holes. In some cases, we have to come back and touch up the few areas. In other cases, we have to go back and work on some of the sand. Okay, so that's 1 full pass around the green. And now I'm starting my second pass in the opposite direction I went the first one. And you can see that it's working the sand even further. Okay, so I've just finished my second pass, and now we're about to start the third one, and I'll go in a third direction from that. I guess one of the important things to mention about this top dressing sand is that it actually does a number of things for us. It helps to fill the holes, obviously. I mean, that's number 1. But it also, because of the abrasion of the sand, it helps to break down the thatch as sort of a mechanical device. And it also allows water and nutrients to infiltrate through the holes, even though they're filled. One of the other processes that we do just before we work the sand in is we put some seed and some fertilizer down on the green. That's what Huey's doing right now. So this is the material that Huey's spreading on the green. The black stuff is an organic fertilizer that we use as a carrier for the seed. It's easier to spread that way, and the seed doesn't blow away. Steps we have is taking this big blower around and sort of pushing the excess sand out of the way. You can still see there's a few open holes, but for the most part, the blower has a tendency to push the sand around and feather it out into areas where we had a lot more holes than we anticipated. It's 2:15, and we're on 9 green. This is the last step in the aerification process. Gordy's mowing the green. Tony's been through with the blower. You've seen in the background there, just finishing up some of the fairways. So normally we would cut with buckets, but today we're not, because we're trying to make sure the sand stays on the green and not in the bucket. And the reason that we can mow them now and not tomorrow morning is because when the dew's on the green, the majority of the sand sticks to the reels, and we end up leaving a mess behind. So we're going to do it today, and then tomorrow morning we'll probably just leave them, maybe water them in tonight, just to take some of the heat stress away from the greens. So it's about 3 o'clock now, and Kyle and Mike are aerifying number 13. Number 12 has been aerified, and so has 11 and 10 in the large putter. And we're in the process of top dressing them right now. We're going to go until 5 o'clock, and hopefully we'll get as far as 15, and that'll just leave us the 3 greens to do tomorrow. But the guys are getting pretty tired, and we want to make sure no one's making any mistakes. So things are going well, and as I said earlier, the conditions are perfect. And we finished the front 9 by 2:30, so that's a pretty good day for us. And we'll keep going and see where we end up this afternoon. It's 6 o'clock on Friday morning, and we were here till 6:30 last night, and we were able to finish up to number 15 green. That leaves us 16, 17, and 18 to finish. The back 9 is still closed, and the front 9 is open for a crossover. And fortunately, with the weather that we had yesterday, we were able to get even the top dressing done right up to number 15, which, as you know, is the last step in the process. So things are going well, and hopefully by 11 o'clock or so, if the sun comes out, we should be able to get the top dressing done on these last 3 greens. It's 7:30 on Friday morning, and this is number 9 green. As you can see, the greens look pretty good. There's not a whole lot of sand build-up left on the green. And Tony's spraying a new product donated to us by one of our suppliers to test. And it's a surfactant that breaks down the cohesion of water and will supposedly help to prevent sand from sticking to the reels. This is number 9 green, and things are going pretty well this morning. Tony's just left with the sprayer, and as you can see, the green looks pretty good. Most of the holes are filled, and there's not too much excess sand on the green, so that means the grass should come up fairly quickly through the sand, and we should have a pretty good recovery. Now, we won't mow again until Sunday or maybe Monday, depending on how the growth rate goes. And what we're trying to avoid is getting too much sand into the equipment. Otherwise, we're going to end up spending quite a bit of money and time fixing the reels and regrinding them. It's Friday at about 11 o'clock, and we're just putting the finishing touches on number 18. Nathan's just matting in the top dressing, and then Tony will be by with the tractor blower to clean the sand up. And then Kyle will come through with the roller. He's just rolling the back 9 greens right now. And then we're going to water the last 3 greens, 16, 17, and 18, and that will conclude our spring aeration for 2012. It's been a pretty good year as far as having weather and getting things organized. We missed our target date for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But other than that, things are going pretty well, and we hope that you enjoy and appreciate the effort that the fellows have put in over the last 3 days.